As you can see up in the top left of my screen, my town needs a lot of sorting out, and it's something that I've kind of been putting off because I've been making content and trying to continue on with building buildings and stuff like that. But today seems like a really good time to actually get started on fixing all of this stuff. So we're just going to go through this, and the first thing I want to take a look at is the animals that need feeding. So it is the sheep, the goats, and the chickens all need feeding. Now that tells me we probably do not have any animal feed in storage. So I want to go and check that and look at the animal feed situation. We might need to make some up. But later on, what I want to do is get to a point where all this stuff is being automated. The stuff is being made for us to the best of our ability. I realize that there might need some involvement from myself at this stage of the game, but let's see what we can do. So you can see here, there's definitely no animal feed in storage. So our next option is, of course, to make some up ourselves. Now, from memory, this is going to require oat grain, and we have 255. I'm going to take it all because we've got all these oats here we can turn into grain later on if we need to. And what I want to do is get us off to a really good start here where we've got a load of stuff. The rye grain, we've got 700 of that. I think it's probably, we'll just take about the same amount as the oat grains. It's probably about parity as to what we use. And then 6,000 straw. So I don't know, we'll just take a load of that as well. And let's go make this up. So over at the barn, let's see right here, animal feed is right there. We can make up 176 of this. So that's pretty good. That will keep us going for quite some time. And we can actually put a lot of this animal feed just into the storage, and our workers will sort it out for us, because some of the animals that need to be fed are actually ones that we have workers on. So let's have a look here. So chickens we'll need to do ourselves, but the sheep and the goats, yeah, that'll be fine to just put it in the storage. So that's kind of handy. I'm actually interested to see as well, when we do put this in the storage, how long it takes for it to realize that it's actually been done. So let's go and put most of that in there, like 150 of it or something like that. There we go, 145, because then what we've got on us we'll give to the chickens, and that should be plenty. So the animals that need feeding is at 10 right now. I feel like it was potentially at more than that before. Yeah. Okay, so that's gone down instantly. Those 10 are the 10 chickens. So that's good to know. Let's go sort the chickens out now. And here we go. The chickens are being fed. And I noticed here, it looks like this needs repairing, doesn't it? So if we go on to repair, we'll see that's orange. It's going to require some sticks. We only have one on us. There's probably actually a few sticks around here somewhere we can grab. But is there anything else that needs repairing in this town? I've been trying to keep on top of all this stuff, you know, as we go through. Oh, the other side also needs doing there as well. Okay, let's grab some sticks up here then. But anything that needs repairing, we'll also take a look at today and try and get that sorted. Looks like the hen house is the only thing here, though, that actually needs doing. And I tell a lie, it's not just the hen house. And I noticed the roof also needs doing. And we need straw. Oh, well, we need 3 straw. We got 2 on us. That's unfortunate. But also this stuff here. So let's go on a little bit of a repair mission and get all that stuff fixed. With all the buildings now repaired, it's time to take a look at some of the other issues. Now, when it comes to the field issues, as you see right here, the issue it has is lower efficiency because the farm shed is further away. So that's something that we might take a look at towards the end of this episode. But basically, both our farm sheds are down here. But up there, we have farms up near that house that I built. And that's like where the problem is. Now, what I was thinking, I might create a little farming community up there and make some more fields and some farm sheds and stuff like that. So that perhaps is how we'll finish off. But for now, those 2 issues are going to remain. The ones I want to take a look at, though, are... Oh, hold on. Bronisad, no item fertilizer. Interesting. Okay, so I wonder if that must be one of the 16 problems. Well, in that case, what I want to do is go over to my food storage, because I'm aware that there is an absolute ton of rot over there. And we'll just turn all that into fertilizer ourselves, and then we'll crack on with one of those issues. What I'd like to do, though, is get to a point where if we're making like 8 fertilizer per day, for example, it's someone's job to do that, then we're only using up 7 a day, so that we start creating an excess of all of our items that we can then sell. So there we go, rot, there's 1100 rot right there. Now that is going to be easier said than done, I realize, and as I said before, I know I might need to sort of step in myself and help out with things, but if we can get that as close as possible, that'd be a really nice progression in this game, and just get all this stuff here a bit more automated, and that'll then free up our time to get on with other things. Okay, that rot has been turned into fertilizer. We've got 117, so that should keep them going for quite some time, we hope. So when we put that in there, one of those numbers in the top left should go down. I'm guessing the 16 will go down to 15. Okay, it turned to the end of the day as I was trying to do this. If I go into management, Bronisad, though, his thing has cleared. So hopefully when we sleep through the night and we wake up again, we'll see that that is indeed the case, that everything is sorted. Now, as it's the end of the night, I can't see all the the requests whether they've gone down or not, but we can, of course, look over here. Now, some of these things here, like, for example, excavation shed, that's damaged and needs to be repaired. So that's an easy sort of thing to get rid of that little thing there. But other things like the well, for example, it says, you know, no assignments, but no one is working there. So I'm just wondering, like, with this well right here, this is one of the newer ones we built. This one here, so it has no worker, and we've done that. I'm wondering if that might be an issue, so we need to sort of look at that and reduce that to 0 potentially. Ideally, I want to be able to keep the wells. If they are causing some of those notifications, we might have to get rid of them, but they're kind of handy. Now, talking of wells, and I'm going the wrong way here, I'm going to grab buckets, because one thing I can do to help my town out with the town management, obviously the theme of the episode, is to fill up a load of buckets with water and then take them around to fill up all the different basins we have around the town. So let's see here. If I grab 22 buckets, that should be enough to get us started. They are quite heavy and they get heavier once you fill them up, so we need to be careful. But let's go fill them up. So I just came around here and I swear I had a basin here, but apparently I don't. So that's next on the list. We're going to build the basin up there. These poor people down this end do not have a bath, which I mean, that fits the medieval theme, I guess, to some extent, that they're all filthy. But let's see, down this end, we should be good. Yeah, there we go. So let's fill up this wash tub right here. And then we're going to do the same with the other ones that we have around. The other ones, though, there's one like up there, so we'll do that one at the end. So I've now built the wash tub over here, and we can fill that one up. And in doing so, it gave me a bit of an idea as well. What I'm going to do now is go put some wash tubs over in the animal pens, and it can act as like a water trough for them. I thought that'd be kind of a nice decoration, so let's go and do that. So what I'm doing is I'm putting these little things down here, these wash tubs filled with water, and I'm putting them near the pens for each of the animals. So we've done it for the goats and sheep, we've now done it for the cows, and I'll go do it for the donkeys and horses too. Just a small little decorational thing I thought I would do, as I just thought of it in this episode. Whilst doing these water troughs, it occurred to me that we should probably look to sell a couple of our donkeys and maybe some other animals too. So let's do that real quick. If we go to animals here, we'll start with the donkeys because that's where we're at. And basically, I think what I'm going to do is sell this guy right here for 135. So that's him gone. There we go. And we'll sell this donkey here, the unnamed donkey as well. So we'll get a bit of money for them. They'll also then consume less of the animal feed as we're going through, plus the fact it frees up some space for them to keep breeding so we can get more of them. Now the horses, we have 4 of those, but only 2 are adults, and the other 2 that are kids are over in that pen over there, and we've got plenty of space for them. So they're not taking up too much space. But what we do have a lot of are the chickens and also the geese. So if we have a look here, what we really need is like 1 rooster, right? So we can sell this other rooster. We only get 15 for him, but let's just do it. Let's just sell him, make some progress right there. And in fact, we can sell like a few of these other roosters and just keep like 1 rooster and a load of hens. And then we should still be able to breed the chickens at that rate. Again, we get a tiny bit of money. It's not really about that. We'll use up less of the feed though, and we'll get plenty of eggs produced here from them. Similarly, we can do the same thing with the geese here. We do not need all of these ganders. We can sell those. And actually, how much? I didn't even look. We get 23 for each of the ganders. So yeah, again, not something that you're going to want to use as a money-making scheme in this game, but it just seems to sort of make sense. As for the cattle, we're now up to 6. We have 2 calves as it happens, so that is fantastic. Even if we like sell a calf though, it's 125. If you wait until they grow up, you get a bit more for them, like around the 450 mark, so that's pretty good. So I think for now, we'll just keep hold of them. This guy here, I'll probably sell him when he becomes an adult though. Now we also have these pigs, and in fact we've got a hog here and 2 pigs, which are all worth 225. Or we could kill them and turn them into food. So those are our options for that. So what I want to do is have a look here. So if we have a hog, like I said, we can sell that for 225. Let's find out if we kill it, how much resources we get from it if we were to then like sell them, or what we could use them for in our town. So what I've done here, I've grabbed myself an iron cudgel, and I'm going to go and kill one of these dudes. Now I don't know really like who's who. We got this big hog here, he's a male. Let's see, we got this female here and another male. I won't kill any of the named ones, so we'll kill this big hog, I think, because then we've got 1 hog and still a load of females. Now this isn't overly nice, but the only way to do this, we just have to attack them the way we'd attack any animal in the game. So yeah, oh, and he's going to run away, of course, but yeah, there we go. We managed to kill him. Now we're going to skin him. Oh, looks like all the pigs became unhappy with that. I mean, that is quite realistic. Can I, let's see, let's get the skinning going on here. So yeah, it's the first time I've actually done this in the game with the farm animals. Obviously I've killed wild animals, but there we go. 25 leather and 105 meat. So what is it like? Let's double check this, but if we go to management of animals, I think it was like 250 if we sell a pig, 225 was it? Yeah, okay. So if we compare that to, let's see here, 25 leather, let's find that. So if we say 25 times 4, like we should get at least 4 for it with the sell price, right? That's like 100, so that's already pretty good. And then the meat here, 100 times, say 2 is 200. But obviously, like we can do other stuff with this. We can roast it or whatever, and then it'll sell for even more again. So it seems it definitely is more profitable if you kill the animals than if you just sell them. What I'm going to do, though, is look to keep the materials we got from this guy for now. I'll put the meat in the food storage, put the leather away. I think it's better to keep it, and then our town has a lot of food and stuff. And if we roast up all that meat, then they've got the food, or we can sell it in the future if we need to. All right, we're down to 15 requests right now for jobs since putting all that meat into the food storage. So obviously that was one thing required. And as I say that, we get a request for firewood. So the interruption here now, we will need to go down and do that. I'll go and grab a load of logs out of my storage, and we'll get some more firewood being made. Now, this is something that I need to sort of make a note of, though. And when it comes to sorting out the what people are producing and stuff, clearly we need more firewood to be being produced. So that's going to be on the list. Okay, so I'm just about to make up the firewood, and we see here, C4 firewood from each log. We only have 36 logs, which is really, really low. So I'm going to bet that one of those 15 problems we've got up there is a lack of a tool, being an axe, which is something that obviously is going to be required here for them to produce wood. I think that's what's going on. So I'm going to go chuck this firewood back into the storage so that they stop complaining about that, and then we'll see if I was right about that hunch that I have. Okay, so now that we've done the firewood, if we look in the management section here, I think in terms of, let's see, the extraction, yeah, there we go, the woodshed 2. No worker. No one is working here. What on earth happened there? Okay, so we need someone here who's got good production skills. So you can go in there for a start. I don't know how we managed to have no one in there. At one point, we did have 2 people working in here. I guess what happened is we assigned someone to do something else. Now that we've done that, though, you can see here there's no tool. So they need an axe in order to make up both the planks and also the logs. So we need to get that done. What I think I'll do then is, it's gone down to 13 requests now. That's pretty good. Now, we currently do not have any logs in our inventory at all to make up anything. So what I think I need to do, using my own bronze axe, is just go chop down a load of trees to get a load of logs put back into our storage here. Unless I need to eat and drink before I do that. But then I can also use some of those logs to make up some tools, and we'll start progressing on from there. So I'm waiting for Rudolph to wake up right now, and then I'm going to give him a gift. I've got some of those wooden figurines on me, I believe. We have a look here. Yeah, I got a bear figurine for him. Also, where's my wife? Well, she was just out here. She's gone off somewhere. But I did also give her a gift a little while ago as well. I think she's gone off to work. It is something we need to keep on top of. Storm Saga left this comment reminding me of that. So, yeah, I need to do it a bit more often. Her affection for me at the moment is only 70%. So we do need to try and get that back up. Otherwise, she might leave me and take the kids. Or kid, I should say. Look at him. She's lying there asleep. Kids, eh? He must be a teenager or something. In fact, how old is Rudolph? Let's find out. Okay, he's actually only 6 years old, so maybe I can give him a break and let him sleep for a bit. I need him to wake up, though, because he won't chat to me, and I want to give him this gift. Nice and cozy in here, though, with the snow falling outside there. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? So just going to keep enjoying this view until my son wakes up. Okay, here he comes, waddling over. Hey, dude, got your little something. Have a wooden bear figurine. And now I'm up to 12%, so we're getting there with him. We should have to keep at it with the both of them. Oh, she is back here right now. Okay, that's weird. Maybe I just missed her before. Anyway, that's that done. It's getting to the point of day now where people are going to start going to work soon. When they do, we'll get those extra notifications, and then we'll have to get on with sorting those out. What I'm going to do for now is just go and make up a couple of axes. The reason being is that we did get a load of wood yesterday, and there we go, the notifications have come through. Yeah, I managed to get a load of wood, chop that down myself. And we should have some bronze or maybe even some iron that we can make this up with. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. And then they can start producing more wood, because to be out of logs entirely is really bad news. The good news, though, is that we have 84 iron ore. Can I even carry all that? Yes, just about. So I'm going to go and produce all of that now into what we need, which is iron bars, and then make up some iron tools because they last longer. And plus, it's pretty cool to be at that stage of the game. Now, we're going to need logs as well. So what I might do is take, like, say, maybe half of the iron ore for now, and then take a load of logs as well, so we can make up some of these tools. So over at the smithy here, we need to actually free up the workstation. Sorry, dude, I know you just got started. Oh, this guy actually has a quest for us. Maybe we'll do that in a second as well. For now, though, let's see. I want to craft up all these iron bars. We have 20 of those. That's pretty awesome. And then we'll make up some iron tools. Okay, once again, we need to free up this guy's workstation. He must be getting so annoyed. He can't get on with anything today because I'm just stealing all of his stuff. So let's see, iron tools. Now, we need to... Oh, wow. We need 5,000 technology? Oh my goodness, we are a long way off that. That is interesting. So let's see, if we go into production right here, this one here. So we need to craft and cook things in order to get that up. My goodness, we're gonna have to do a lot of crafting and cooking. Okay, in that case, I'll make up some bronze tools for now, but that is unfortunate. Also, it means there's really no point in having our miners producing the iron, right? So in here, we want to get this off now. We don't want them doing any of that. We need copper and we need tin. And we actually need a lot more tin than copper because I've got a ton of copper. So for now, I'm actually just going to put this to 100% tin. So let's go up to there. And then I'll later on in the episode check this out, but this is what we need in for now. So then once we've got all this, obviously we can make up a load of bronze and stuff like that. But yeah, that's unfortunate. As you can see, I've managed to make up 10 bronze axes just there. So what we're going to do is chuck all those in here and see what difference that makes. So we're hoping that that 14 in the top left starts to drop down, and it does indeed, goes down to 12. So that's very nice. And we can keep on with this process basically. So let's see what else needs to be done. So the excavation shed, we know that needs to be repaired. We'll worry about that later. Now the kitchen's out of some materials that it needs. So it needs, let's see, some meat here. Okay, that's interesting. Because at the moment it's just making up the gruel. I wonder, because the gruel is a case of rye grain. So let's have a look. If we go back into here, how much rye grain do we actually have? So we have 522 rye grain. We also have almost 300 rye. And this is something we're continually farming. So if we look at that and we go into the management of the kitchen, this might be something we want to do exclusively. So right now, the rye grain that's required is just 2 rye grain for each one. We also need wooden bowls, but I'm pretty sure we have a ton of those. So let's get rid of this real quick. And let's put the gruel up to 100%, because this here then means we can just keep farming food. And if this is enough food for our town, we're going to be laughing. Basically 18 per day, let's call it 19, is 18.6. So 19 times 2 is 38 rye grain per day. That will work out about 456 rye grain per year with all the seasons and stuff like that, a bit less than that. So with that, I think we're going to be able to just do this now perpetually. We've also managed to clear another one of our issues with that. So it's gone down to 11. Now, I am kind of curious, though, as to why our hunters are not producing enough meat. So that's something I want to look at here. If we go into hunting, let's see. So the hunting lodge has no tool. So that'll be why. So it's not actually producing anything at the moment. So we need to sort that out. So in terms of the tool, it looks like they're going to need a knife. What I'm going to do is unlock the bronze knife there for 250 and make up a load of those. We want to try and give our workers the best tools we can, and then they won't need anything for a longer time. So as I say, this will be something we'll have to keep on top of, right? We're not going to be able to fully automate this. But once I do this, the hunters will have their tools, and that 11 will come down to, well, hopefully down to at least 10, right? I think it's just the one thing. But then also we'll have some meat production. And at that stage, we could potentially cook up some meat if we wanted, which we're going to have a look at. First things first, let's get these into the storage so they actually recognize that they've got them. So let's see, bronze knife times 20, put that in there. And let's see what that 11 comes down to. Takes a little bit of time for them to realize that they're in there. Oh, wow, it came down to 8. Wow, okay, so a lot of people needed a knife. I didn't even realize that. There'll be other buildings like the fishing hut and stuff, I guess. So what I want to do, if we go into the hunting lodge here, there's one simple thing we can do, right? So right now, we produce 4.4 meat per day, right? So what I want to do now, in the production, let's go into the kitchen right here and go into that. We are going to do some roasted meat. We're going to do like 4 roasted meat a day, or less than 4.4, right? So this is where it uses meat times 1. Okay, great. So, oh, we can't see how much because we don't have any meat. All right, let me get some meat and then we're going to do that. So I decided what I'm going to do. I am going to kill another pig because they have so much meat, and then that'll be useful to us. So apologies to the pigs. We are they're copping it a bit today. But where is all my tools here? Okay, there we go. Iron cudgel. We'll just use that again. Only took a few hits and they don't actually fight back. So it's a little bit sad actually, but there we go. This is the medieval way of doing things. Okay, here we go. So we're just going to kill one of the unnamed pigs. So you're named, you're not. So I'm sorry, but we have to kill you. And you're now dead. There we go. That's just 2 hits. It's actually quite brutal. There we go. Such is life. So now we're going to have all this meat. Once I put this in the food storage, and that's actually over this way, then they'll recognize that and we can get this organized a bit better. By the way, if you just heard a weird noise, my parents are currently living with me while they're building a new house, and my mum just did the loudest sneeze I've ever heard in my life. So if you're wondering what that was, that's what that was. Okay, so we put the meat in here. There we go. Now when we go into the kitchen, we should be able to set this up. So once again, into the kitchen. And if I start putting stuff on there, yep, there we go. So let's get this up to less than 4.4 per day. So this is actually going to be pretty close. Right, that's too much. So 12%, there we go. So we can do mostly this gruel, and then we're going to do that. And what this should mean now is that we can do this in perpetuity. So the meat is produced each day, about like a little bit more than that's produced each day, and then we just make that up into food, which the villagers can use. Then we have an excess right here of this 105, and we've got some other things which I'll keep an eye on and use as my food. The cabbage goes in here, but it basically, we just wait for it to turn into rot. I know there's faster ways of doing this and stuff, but I want to keep it here for now because there are also some other options we have. So actually, let me just dig out this comment real quick. Yeah, okay, so Science 7 GMS said about potage. So let's actually have a look at that a second. If we go into the kitchen and see what the recipe is looking like here for the potage. So 2 cabbage and 3 meat is required for this. So what I'm going to do is, let's bring the gruel, well, hold on, we're at the capacity with meat. Let's bring the meat down to, let's see, right, sorry, let me just get this right. So 3 meat needed. So we need to bring this meat here down to 1 a day. Basically one of those a day, which is a little bit pointless maybe. But then the other 3 can be used here if we get this up to 1 a day. So we're going to get rid of that. Then we're using some of the cabbage as well. So let's just put that way down and keep working on this until we get that to 1. So about, well, there we go. Perfect. We can do 1 potage per day. So that's what I'm thinking we're going to do for now. So they make 1 potage per day, which is 3 meat. Then they make this one here, which is the final 1 meat. And actually we could get that up. Oh, that's actually 4.4. Exactly, right? 1.4 meat per there and 3 there. That's exactly 4.4. That's worked out so nicely. And then the rest of it we just put onto the gruel and we'll start to build up an excess of this. But then there's going to be some food variety going on, which I really like that. So thanks for the comments from everybody, but that one in particular is very good. And in the future we could do some more stuff here. We are getting towards unlocking the next kitchen, which let's see right here is at 1500. So when we do that, then we can upgrade this kitchen that we currently have, and we'll have 2 workers in there. We can produce a lot more things, and that's maybe then when we'll look to do that. Okay, we still have 8 notifications that we're trying to clear, so let's see what else is going on here and what else we're able to do. Now, these 2 fishing huts here are telling us that they're not built, and I don't know if there's going to be a way that we can get rid of that being a notification. That's a little bit unfortunate, and I guess just is what it is. We'll see like if that is actually going to be one of the notifications that shows not once we've cleared other things. But yeah, just to explain that one. So that's that. If we go now down to farming, let's see, barn 2 has no worker at all. Okay, again, how did this happen? I really don't know. So I think we're going to need to build some houses and get some new people in here into the town. I think that's something we need to do today, to be honest. Yeah, okay, it looks like it. So we know the barn needs someone working there. Let's see if there's anybody else. Animal husbandry, like this fold right here has no tool. So the tool that they're going to need are scissors. So let's go make up a load of scissors. And the bronze shears are actually so simple because they just require 1 bronze bar to make them up. So let's get out 10 of these bronze bars here. And if we go to make them up here, you see we actually get 2 shears for that. So with the 10 bronze bars, we're making up 20 of the shearing scissors. That's going to keep them happy for a very long time. This is important as well because it is producing us the wool. So let's go to our storage and see how much wool that we've got. But I did get a comment saying that we need to stockpile this wool, which I have been doing anyway, which is fortunate. But basically because when we come to wanting to build the lanterns, we are going to need the wool. This was actually really good to know because I'm really excited to build those lanterns. So yeah, thank you for that comment. So let's see, bronze, shearing scissors, put all that in there. And the wool that we have right now is still at 200. So that's pretty good. I don't think they've been out of those scissors for too long. Let's see. I want to see that 8 drop. Go down to a 7. There we go. And we're off and running. Okay, so now we just keep this process going and see if we can find the next problem. Okay, the smithy here is out of resources. So let's have a look at the smithy here. So this is something we can actually sort out right now. So let's start with the mine, and that's under extraction, and see what we're producing each day here. So basically in the mine, at the moment, we're just doing tin ore. We don't want to do that though, right? We need to make some copper or some tin ore and basically try and get it at parity, right? So let's bring that down a little bit to say 50%, do 50 each and see where we're at and see how close we can get this. Okay, so if we do 61% tin, 39% copper, you can see here that we get just slightly more copper each day than tin. The reason we want it at parity is because we then want to turn all this into bronze eventually, right? So we're basically getting like, call it 29 each day of each of the ores. So now if we go back to the production here and down to the smithy, which is there, now we can set this accordingly. And actually we're going to end up stockpiling a lot of this stuff because you can see here we're not able to make much of this up each day. I'm going to see if I can get to about like 5 a day each. Maybe we can do that. Let's see, because we've got 3 things we need to get going here, which is going to be the copper, the tin, and the bronze as well. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make bronze at the moment, but let's see how much it takes to get this up to 5. Okay, so if we do it like this, you can see here we make about 5 each day of the tin and the copper bars, and then the rest of it will be spent on bronze, which at the moment it says no resources, but as of tomorrow, once this starts to get automated, that will come down by itself. So that 7 should then start to come down. It's just going to take a bit of time for that to happen because obviously there's a bit of a lead time here. Actually, this got me thinking, I wonder if we have any copper and tin ore in here that we can just smelt up and then we can give it to them and get them started. Let's see. So yes, we do. We've got quite a lot of it, in fact. So let's see if we can get 30 of the tin ore right there. And do we have enough copper ore to match it? I assume so. Oh, wow. Wait, 700? Okay, this needs to be changed then. That is way too much. So we can get this at parity going forwards, but we need to figure out what's going on here. I think I actually might know. If we go into the excavation shed, I think that's producing copper for us. So we want to get this like completely off. The mine is doing the copper right now. Actually, no, we can work this in a different way. Okay, so I just had an idea. Let's go back into the mine and take the production entirely off copper. Don't produce any copper whatsoever, right? So we can just get that all the way down, and we're just going to get them to produce tin. The reason being is then we can change the excavation hut to match this. So with tin being the exclusive thing, 47 per day. Okay, so now in the excavation shed, if we go into the thing here, we want to get this up to about 47 per day too. Although because we've got so much excess copper, for now I'm going to put it down to like 10 a day, because that'll be plenty. But then there's actually so much other stuff here that we're not even going to need, right? Like clay, limestone, straw. I've put straw down to 1% because we have like thousands of it. Like we don't even really need this stuff. So I guess we'll maybe put the clay up a little bit, and then we can just sell it or something. And the same with the limestone, we'll just look to sell it. I can't think what else we're going to do. I mean, yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, that's what we're going to do. I'm not sure about this one, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. I'm just thinking we have so much copper ore, it makes sense to produce other stuff for now, and then just sell the excess. Okay, over at the smithy, if we now put the copper bars in there just like that, and the tin bars over in there just like that, hopefully this will now clear. Yeah, it's gone down to 6. That's very good. Now we can see here, though, we do need firewood once again. So I think I'm going to have to do a bit of a log chopping mission in order to get ourselves back on track here. Unfortunately, we just had so long there where we weren't producing logs, I guess, because no one was actually working in there. And so this is why we need to get some more people into the town doing the production stuff. But that's all part of, obviously, the town organization that we're doing today. Now, we do have 58 logs right here in my storage. So I'm going to take out as many of them as I can. Let's put back anything we don't need and turn all this into the firewood. So I've got 176 firewood. Let's chuck that in there, and that notification will go away. There we go. But what I want to see under management is our firewood stats. So right now our wood is 825. The demand each day is 640. So we really need to make a lot more of this. And I think there's only one thing I can do, and that is just go and chop down a ton of trees, as I said. And we got a decent bronze axe to do it with. So I think that's going to be the plan. Yeah, we're going to do that, and then we'll see how we can even things out. Sorting out this town is actually taking a long time, so we're going to have to continue doing it in the next episode. But also next episode, I'm going to do some quests and some actual storyline quests as well. So if you guys want to see, how it is that you complete those, then you'll be able to check out the next episode. But for now, I just want to say I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, please do consider subscribing. And thank you so much for watching today's episode. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.